Sometimes our blessings are tied to obedience, and sometimes our blessings is tied to kindness. Sometimes in life we might feel like we may not have enough, and sometimes we try to hold on to what we have. But when I really look at it, sometimes we have more than we think. And the only thing that we need is just a little bit more faith. Not a little bit more faith in ourselves, but a little bit more faith in God. Knowing that God expects us to share and to help and to care for others, and not just for ourselves or our friends or people that we care about, but for everyone that we come or may come across. In First King 17, verses 8 through 16, it talks about God leading Elijah to this woman in Zarephath. This woman was on her last meal, but not only was this woman on her last meal, but Elijah also was on his last meal and needed something to eat as well. So look at how God works, and look how God understands the needs of both Elijah and this woman and her son. So when Elijah came unto this woman, he asked her for something to drink and then something to eat. She replied that she only had her last meal. After she eats this meal, she and her son will die. But Elijah said, "No, go and make me something to eat." And this woman obeyed Elijah, and after she was selfless and kind, she had plenty to eat because God did bless her after that. But this just shows us that the little that we have, we don't have to hold on to it, but that it's okay to share and to be there for others, and God will show up and bless us as well. Sometimes we may think like we may only have our last dollar, and sometimes we may feel like we cannot give it away, or sometimes we may feel like we have our last this. But when you really look at it, that is why God calls us to, help other people around us. Like, we're not supposed to just think about ourselves, but we're supposed to think about other people as well. Because sometimes other people may have their last and they may give it to you, but you may not know. So it will go the other way around. And then sometimes God puts you into that God may put you in that circumstance to see what you will do, to see if you will humble yourself, to see if you will open up your heart, to see that if you will not look at the little bit that you have, but trust in Him to see that He'll provide or multiply or to restore what you gave away. So that's why it's so good when we read the Bible. God shows us how we should also behave, how we should also, treat our brothers and our sisters in Christ, and how obedience is also so important. And sometimes I struggle with this from time to time. And I feel like it's not that we don't want to give, but it's just the fear of giving. And then we feel like we may not have enough for ourselves. But it's not about being selfish. It's not about being stingy. It's not about just collecting. Allow us not to listen to the enemy, because the devil is a lie. But allow us not to miss our blessings, but to be obedient.